Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to Thryve. Today I got something really special for you. Couples workout, couples kickboxing and dumbbell workout. So today you got the wonderful gift of training with myself and my girlfriend, my lovely, incredibly strong, incredibly brilliant, incredibly vibrant girlfriend, Teresa. We're going to be both on the ones and twos on the bag and also on the dumbbells, putting in work, so you can see the perspective of the male and female working in tandem, getting your workout in. So if you have somebody beautiful you want to train with, now's a great time. Starting with round 1, 40, 30, 20, 10. Round 1 warm up, 40, 30, 20, 10. Boom, ready, go. Starting with 40 jumping jacks. Now you guys know I love to start my workouts with 40, 30, 20, 10. That's one of my favorite, actually it is my favorite warm up modality and system, if you will. Now, of course, there's others. There's a myriad of ways that you can warm up, many different ways you can get the party started. But this is my personal favorite, and I've told you why, but I'm gonna tell you again. Number 1, jumping jacks. Right? It's simple, easy. Doesn't take any equipment. Doesn't take a whole lot of space. It's something that virtually anybody can do, and it's a great way to warm up your entire body. Right? Upper or lower, from your nail cuticles to your toenails. Okay, from your fingers to your toes. All right. So I love that. All right. Now done with the jumping jacks. Boom. That's the 40. Now the 30. Slow bicycle, you might recall. This is 2 motions, 1 rep, twisting, okay, knee to opposite elbow, boom. Bicycle motion with the legs. And also keep your head up. You don't have to keep your head up using your hands. I want you to keep your head up using your neck muscles and your core. Keep your head up so you can engage your upper core as well. Boom. So now we nailed that. Moving on. We got 20 jump squats. I've mentioned this before. I love the jump squats. Why? It's simple. It doesn't take any weight. It doesn't take any equipment. None of this takes any equipment. Easy to do. But also now we're going to train the lower body. We want to get the lower body warmed up, all right? The legs warming up, the quads, calves, hammies, but also we're getting a stretch, right? And the ankles, the kneecap, and the hips. Drop down into that squat and explode up, guys. You don't have to jump very high. Drop down into that squat. Don't be lazy. Boom. Now push-ups. This is warming up the upper body. You see the system there? You see my thought process? But the main thing is we're warming up the entire body in a systematic way. Boom. The end of that. 1 minute break. 90 seconds max, but you should only need a minute. Grab some water, come back. We're here from round 2. Let's get it. So round 2, 40, 30, 20, 10. Once again, I love this. So simple, so easy. I'll give you a different angle. Boom. Look at that. Boom. Notice we're in the same rhythm. We're in tandem. Boom. When you're training with your partner, it's very interesting to see, do you guys do things in rhythm, on accident, on purpose? Typically, when you're training with somebody that you love, you spend a lot of time with, you're going to naturally find the same rhythm. It tends to happen by itself. Boom! So we're back at it here. Now we're about to go to the slow bicycles, right? 30 slow bicycles up next. Look at that beautiful camera angle. I love this. Look at that. In the background, everything's set up so nice. I love this. I love this video that I've been able to make for you guys. Okay, so once again, 30 slow bicycles. So I might have mentioned before, the bicycle motion. I'm not so super big on the fact that the motion with the legs has to be a bicycle-like motion. The in and out will do the trick. The main thing I want is you elevating the feet. So in other words, the feet should not touch the ground at any point in time. You notice that? You notice our feet are not resting at any point in time. That's number 1. Number 2, we're rotating. We're twisting opposite knee to opposite elbow. Okay. And also number 3, you'll notice our head. Both of us, Teresa and I, both of us are headed off the ground. Right. I don't want you to hold your head with your hands necessarily. I just want you to keep your eyes looking at your knees. All right. Boom. Right. That keeps the core engaged from top to bottom. Boom. At the end of that, back to our feet. Jump squats. So we mentioned how important it is to jump squats to drop down and then explode up. You don't have to jump very high. You can even come up to your toes if you like. But the main thing is hit that squat, guys. Okay. Boom. Hit that squat. Boom. So make sure you get that extension, ankles, knees, hips, right? Get that range of motion going, because that's going to be important with our workout. But also, obviously, we're getting the heart rate up and we're being explosive, and we're getting that good explosive crack, kind of that explosive jolt on the quads, right? Waking the body up, not just getting the heart rate up, waking the body up. Boom. Now 10 push-ups. I like to do push-ups on my knuckles. You might notice my situation, my setup's a little wider. I like to get a wide chest feeling for my push-ups, and also hit the shoulders. Boom. Right. And now that's done. 1 minute break. Grab some water. Come back. Now I'm about to hit the real workout. Let's get it. Boom, now we're back to work. Now check it. This is the couples kickboxing double dumbbell workout, 30 minutes. Okay, so this is not a basic workout, guys. So you can see here, if you're watching the screen, you can see I broke it down for you, but this is not a basic workout. This is definitely intermediate, maybe even advanced. But we're gonna take it one by one, step by step. We're gonna open with a two body blast, and a hook to the head, and then a back leg round kick. Boom. Once again, 2 body blast, jab, cross the body, right? Boom, switch kick, hook, to the head, and then back leg round kick. Okay, boom, boom, boom. 2 body blast, and on the back end hook, and then the back leg round kick. Boom, boom. All right, so if you need to watch close, if you need to take a pause on the video, peep the technique, then do so. But again, this is an intermediate to advanced. If you're not feeling this, then you want to drop back to one of the more basic videos. Okay, that's okay. Build yourself up to this. But again, we're hitting the 2 body blast, and then lead hook, and then back leg round kick. Boom, boom, right? 40 seconds. You see, you got the counter right there. Boom, advanced. Boom. Okay, boom, rest time. 20 seconds. You can throw your gloves off if you need to. You might want to grab, if you want, grab some water real fast, although you just got started, so you hopefully shouldn't need to. Anyway, we're adjusting. Grab those 2 dumbbells. Where you at? We got the boom, step back lunge, right? Alternating, step back lunge, boom, and then boom, right? Double dumbbell, step back lunge. This is the first workout, right? We have plenty of workouts and plenty of combos to go, but this is step back lunge, alternating, guys. So I have, I believe here, I think maybe 25s. I believe Teresa has 220s, something of that nature, right? You grab whatever you need that works for you. Keep in mind, we're going to be doing a variety of workouts with these double dumbbells. It doesn't have to be super heavy. It just has to be challenging enough to help you either keep your heart rate up or break a good sweat, right? Because we're going to do a variety of stuff. I don't want you to have to be shuffling a lot. Okay, now, boom, we're going to add the double jabs to the combo. And then, boom, time, okay? I got the timer up. You got 17 seconds roughly. Get yourself together. Get your gloves back on. Get back to your bag. Hopefully you have a small kind of workout situation where everything's basically in the same place, okay? That's the ideal situation, where you have everything that's basically in the same place, so you can go from one thing to the next, back and forth, and be comfortable and be ready to get after it, okay? So now, boom, we're back to work here. Boom, boom, and then we're back on the back. We add a double jab on the back end. So 2 blast, 2 body blast, hook, boom, back leg round kick, and then double jab. You see Teresa getting after it, right? 2 body blast, pop, lead hook, pop, back leg, pop, and then finish with the double. Pop, pop, boom, right? I put her in front because she's the pretty one. Pop, boom, right? Pop, boom, and then pop, pop. Beauty and the Beast is what this is. Beauty and the Beast. Pop, boom, right? Lead hook, back leg, and then double jab. Pop, pop. There we go. Boom. Beautiful, beautiful. Counting down, right? Now, what's beautiful about this also is that this type of workout, you can go as hard or as light as you like, right? On everything. So if you feel confident, go hard on the back. If you're not sure, take your time. Boom. Rest time again, okay? Take those gloves off if you need. Grab a quick swig of water if you need. Throw some water in your face. Kiss the dog, whatever you got to do. Push your children around. Come back. Come back to your double dumbbells, all right? Boom. Getting ready. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Overhead push press. Miniature squat. Punch the weight straight up. Miniature squat. Punch the weight straight up. This is a full body exercise. I might have shown this to you before. I love the push press. So you'll see in other areas of the Thryve program and the Thryve app. But in this particular case, we're going up and then down, right? Boom, explosive with the legs. We're gonna go up with the weights for a hot second and bring it back down. Boom, boom. All right, pop, boom. Pop, boom, and time. Boom. About to add 2 knee strikes back on the bag. Here we go. Let's get it. Boom. We're ready to get back to work. Don't sleep. Here we go. Rest time is done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest time is done. Ding, ding. We're back on the bag. Let's get it. Boom. So now we're going to add 2 knee strikes at the end of the combo. If you can remember everything, 2 knee strikes. Okay, so we got the 2 body blast. Boom, right? Then we got the lead hook, back leg ground kick, double jab. You bring it in for 2 knees. Pop. Boom. 1 on each knee. Bam. So if you're wondering like, hey, this is a lot. Yeah, it is a lot. That's part of the whole idea. Boom, boom. It's part of the idea to not only challenge your body in different movements, to get a lot of work in a small amount of time, working your brain too, okay? This is not just full body. This is full you work. This is all of you, your mind, your body, your heart, everything. We're trying to get to the next level. Boom, and then boom, right? Beauty and the Beast, right? Back to your rest time. Throw those gloves off. Yeah, kiss your kids, right? Hug. See the idea. 3, 2, 1. Get yourself together. Boom. Ding, ding. Double dumbbells. Boom. You're back on the mat. Boom. Alternating. Step back. Boom. And then pow. And then boom. And then pow. Right? So keep in mind, we should be working with dumbbells that we can do both of these exercises with. That's number 1, right? So you don't have to shuffle around, ideally. Now, if you want to do one exercise, maybe do 35s. The other exercise, you do 25s. That's cool if you have that ability. But ideally, you just want 1 set. But anyway, back to this particular workout. We want 90-degree angle on a step back lunge on both legs, both kneecaps at the bottom of the motion. Take us both 90 degrees. Boom. Both kneecaps. Again, 90 degrees. Boom. Both kneecaps. That's how you know you're doing it right. I say that because many times people step back too far or they step too shallow and they don't hit that 90-degree mark. Boom. Time. That's the end of that one. Back to the bag for more craziness. Get ready. Gloves back on. Let's get it. Boom. And we're back. 10 seconds. Get your gear on. Get yourself back together. We're going to be back on the bag here. And once we get back on the bag, we're going to be adding to the combo on the back end once again. Boom. Ding. Ding. So we're back on the bag. Boom. Gloves on. Now we're going to add 2 elbows. So we got the 2 body blast, lead hook, back leg ground kick, double jab, 2 knees, boom, boom, and then 2 elbows. Pow, and then pow. You see the Beauty and the Beast on the bag there? Boom. Once again, if this is a lot, it's supposed to be a lot. We're trying to make your brain work. We're forcing you to try to remember things and try to remember them in a particular sequence and also do them essentially almost on command. By command, I mean like right away. Boom, boom. You see me in the back there? You hit the 2 knees and then hit the 2 elbows. Boom, boom. Bam. 10 seconds. Once again, 2 body blast, lead hook, back leg ground kick. Boom. Double jab, 2 elbows, 2 knees, and then 2 elbows. Boom. Now, once again, moving on, back to the mat, back to the dumbbells, gloves off. If you need to throw the gloves off. And we're going to go back to our overhead push press once more, once again. Grab your 2 dumbbells. Boom. Double dumbbell push press. Here we go. Miniature squat. Punch it up. Pow. Again. Whoop. Pow. Keep that heart rate up. Whoop. Pow. Once again, I also want to mention with this, not only is this a miniature squat, quarter squat at the most. Boom. You're going to explode from your hips and also through your toes. You can go right overhead. And I want you to go overhead as straight as possible. Your arms should be straight over your head. And I say that because sometimes people think they're going overhead, but their arms are actually at a slight angle, which shows that the shoulders don't have a whole lot of mobility and it's a weak position for the body. It's actually kind of dangerous, right? So I want you to go straight over your head so that your body structurally is supporting the weight that's directly over it. All right, that's super important. Okay, and then boom. Okay, now we got one more time on the bag. This is a special little treat, right? Throw the dumbbells to the side, gloves back on if you need, quick swig of water. Special treat, freestyle. When I have a chance, I like to finish the rounds with a freestyle because we did so much. I gave you so many weapons in that first round. Knees, elbows, ground kicks, right? Double jab, right? You have so many weapons that now there's an opportunity for you to be creative and just put some things together on your own. So freestyle, boom, go on at it, right? Just whatever comes to mind, whatever combo, movement, boom, a tap that you like, kick, knees, elbows, throw a headbutt in there if you want. Boom, backflip, I don't care. Let's get after it. Boom, 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 let's go. Boom, getting after it, right? So now again, be creative. What I also love about the freestyle round is that not only can you do different moves, but you can also emphasize different combinations or even different techniques. Hard round kick, maybe lighter on the punches, maybe hard punches, lighter on the kicks, whatever the case. Now, boom, water break. That is the end of the first entire workout round. So I'm gonna give you a minute and a half to grab some water, catch your breath, get your life together. We're gonna come back and get after it, right? So now we have the same format, but a whole new set of combos and workouts. So that is the end of kickboxing round 1. We're gonna pick up now kickboxing round 2. And once again, I'm giving you an outline, giving you a rundown. You can stop and pause this and go whatever pace if you want to break down and take a close look at what we're doing. I'm gonna give you a jab, 3 body blast combo, right, to a cross. You're gonna see what that looks like in a second. We're gonna start with that. You don't need to know the rest because again, I'm gonna break it down and give you a heads up as it comes, and I'm gonna remind you again what it is we're doing. So boom, we're back on the bag. We got a jab, 3 body blast, and then finishing with a cross. Boom, boom, right? Hit the jab, boom, and then 3 body blast, bop, bop, bop. Boom, and then across. Boom, right? Boom, boom, and then boom. You can just think of it as the double jab to open up the 3 body blast, right? Jab, 3 body blast, pop, pop, pop. Boom, and then hard cross. Boom, pop, 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 pop. Boom. There we go. Yes, boom. Beauty and the Beast. We're in the building here. Boom, getting after it, all right? Beauty and the Beast. Once again, we got the double dumbbells coming up. Boom, with the sumo squats. Let's get it. Nice. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We are back on the mat. Ding, ding, right? Now we got the sumo squats. We got the double dumbbells. We're in the center now, right? Toes out, 45-degree angles, right? Feet wide, wider than shoulder width apart. Dropping back, butt back, chest up. 2 dumbbells holding in the center position, right? Sumo squat. This is gonna be a great workout for the inner thighs. This is a great booty building workout. If you need to get your glutes together, and also it's a great inner thigh adductor workout, right? Something simple, but also very much doable and something that virtually anybody can do. Matter of fact, sumo squats is one of the movements that I can give my clients that almost all of them can do it. And I particularly like it because it creates greater mobility in the hips, which is great for doing back squats, especially if I'm gonna put some weight on their back and if I need them to open up their hips a little bit. Boom. Once again, I want to reiterate, this is intermediate to advanced workout. So in other words, I'm saying that because if you feel like you're a little bit lost, this is probably not the workout for you because there's a lot going on, a lot of kicks, punches, whatever the case. I have simpler workouts that you can do if you're feeling lost, and that's okay. We'll build you up to this one. But boom, now we're back on the bag. We're going to add a switch lead round kick, right? And basically a switch kick we're going to add at the very end. So we got the double jab to the 3 body blast, boom. Right, hard cross, and then a switch kick, right? Boom, boom, boom. Once again, double jab, 3 body blast, back leg round kick, boom, hard cross, boom, switch kick, boom. You see the Beauty and the Beast getting after it, pop, 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 boom, yes, boom, pop, pop, boom. Maybe you can see me in the background getting after it. This is beautiful. This is good. Again, this is a variety of strikes, right? We're doing head, body. You can even get some leg kicks in there, and also some of the kicks and strikes, some are more power oriented, and some of them more speed, right, and setup oriented. And a different set of combinations. Still, same format. We're still using double dumbbells. We're still doing multiple combos on the back, but it's a different set of things. And I say that because, again, to give the variety, to tell you that there's so much variety we can do with only a few different tools. We don't need a whole lot of different tools. We can have a lot of variety with a few different tools. Now, this is upper body, right? Plank row. This is a phenomenal workout because we have a lot going on here. We have the core tension, right? We have the rowing motion with the lats, but also as you're rowing, there's a third aspect. Watch the Beauty and the Beast, right? Watch Teresa as she does the row, for example, on the right. Notice the tension in her left and vice versa. You know, you see the triceps, you see the shoulders, right? When she rolls, once again, when she rows on her right, notice the tension she has on her left side of just her arm alone. So it's a lot of core tension and shoulder stability she has to create just to do the row. That's a phenomenal upper body workout for a variety of reasons. Boom. Then done with that one. Now we're moving on back to the bag. You see how fast this moves, by the way? Even though you're getting plenty of rest, right? You're getting 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. Maybe I shouldn't say plenty of rest, but you're getting a sufficient amount of rest to switch and move, but your heart rate's staying up. Your heart rate's staying elevated. Because we want to keep you in a situation, we're going to keep you in that what they call orange zone. We're going to keep you in that elevated heart rate so you're burning maximum calories in a short amount of time. Back on the bag. Now, once again, adding 2 knee strikes at the back end of the combination, right? Adding 2 knee strikes. So what do we got? We got the double, we got the jab into a 3-body blast. Bop, 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 boom, right? Then we have the hard cross. We have the switch kick, and then we're finishing that off with 2 knees. Again, we're doing a lot. This is an intermediate to advanced combination. We're doing a lot on purpose. Keep you moving. Keep those calories burning. You're keeping your brain working, right? Keeping your brain working, try to figure out what's next, and keep it in order. Keep it going. Boom, done with the bag. Back on the sumo squats, grabbing the 2 weights, right? Kiss your kids, kiss your kids, hug your wife, tell them you're gonna make it. 10 seconds, right? They're probably watching you. You're about to pass out. It's gonna be all right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom, we're back to our sumo squats. Ding, ding. Right, grab those weights, back to the sumo squats. Middle position, toes out, core tension. Of course, everything that we're doing requires core tension, but sometimes when people do a squat, they let their core go. They forget about the core tension. And it's super important because when you forget about the core tension, you're doing the squat, 90% of the time you're gonna end up feeling it in your back and not in a good way, all right? So you gotta maintain that core tension, not only for the good posture, and also you should be working your core when you're doing virtually any exercise, but also the core, when it's activated, alleviates and prevents you from having pain, soreness, or even injury in other parts of your body where you shouldn't have those things, typically the lower back, especially when we're doing something like this, all right? So boom, tense that core. Boom, very nice, well done, right? Drop the weights. Make sure the weights are back away from the bag. You notice how he backed up and put the weights back? Make sure your weights, whatever your situation is back away from the bag. So once you start hitting the bag, you're not going to be thinking about the weights. I want you to trip over yourself, okay? Very important. Okay, now, count down. Gloves back on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pop, pop. Boom. We're back on the bag. Ding, ding. What do we got next? Now we're going to add, well, you guessed it, 2 elbows at the very end. So we got what? Jab, 3-body blast. Boom. Hard cross. Boom, hard switch kick, boom. And then, boom, got the 2 knees, and then while you're in there, hit it with the 2 elbows. Why not? Bam! In kickboxing, a little bit of boxing, and also Muay Thai all together in one kind of refined, one very easy to follow, relatively easy to follow sequence. Okay, so once you have the idea of the pattern down, it actually should be easy. The first time around through this workout, maybe a lot. Second round, you'll get it. Okay, boom. Now, after that hard work, back to the plank row, right? Take a minute, throw your gloves off, push everything to the side. Boom, we're on the rowing. See you in a minute. Boom, we're back to the plank row. Once again, we're doing a lot in a short amount of time. The rowing, you work the lats, you work your core tension, right? Keeping the core tension, and also you work your shoulder stability and core stability on the side that you're not rowing. Look at Teresa's arms, bro. Wait, real quick, I just want to point out, Teresa's arms, her triceps and her shoulders are ridiculous. Now, I think her shoulders and her quads actually are her favorite body parts to work out. Glutes probably be third. But look at those arms, bro. Isn't that crazy? She does such good work. She works so hard. You guys don't believe it. This, by the way, her kickboxing that she's doing with me, this is extra for her. She's doing a ton of work on her own. Believe me, I see it almost every day. So boom, we're back on the bag. Let's get back to our freestyle. Once again, we get the freestyle work. So taking everything we've kind of worked on, used, and joined together in a big pile of whatever you want to call it, right? Being free to use the double jab, jab cross, right? Body blast, 2 body blasts, elbows, knees, whatever comes to mind, right? Just let your body be free and just let yourself, allow yourself to express yourself, express your power, express your creativity, right? Boom. I throw psychic in there, a little karate, boom, right? Express whatever, express your anger, right? Express your frustration, right? let yourself open up. It's the main idea with the freestyle. Open up a little bit. So it's not just a physical experience. It should be a little bit more of an intellectual and a freeing emotional experience as well. Boom. 1 minute. You get a minute and a half. Water break. And we're coming back. We're going to finish not with a cool down, because why would we do that? We're going to finish with some ab work. Boom. So that's the end of round 2. Coming up next, ab blast. Right? Peep you. On the next one. Peep us. Here we go. Ab blast. It's going to look like this. With the double dumbbells, right? We're going to do leg raises, then sit up press. Leg raises and sit up press. We're going to do 3 rounds, right? 40-20 still. Leg raise, sit up press, leg raise, sit up press. You're going to see it. Peep. Here we go. Starting with the leg raise. Peep it. Boom. Now on the leg raise. Again, keeping with the 40-20. Okay, keeping with the 40-20. Notice, we're keeping the legs together. Keeping them mostly straight. And also, peep the hip. Peep the hip raise. That's the magic right there. That's the secret sauce. Not only are we raising the legs up, but we're pushing the hips up to the ceiling. That's that lower core tension. That strength, getting those hips off the ground. The higher you can get the hips off the ground is the stronger your lower abdomen is, by the way. All right, we're just using the dumbbells as an anchor, essentially. Using the dumbbells as an anchor for our body. Boom. Time. Now, we're going to go to the next. Sit up press. 15 seconds. You don't have to do a whole lot of adjusting. Just get your rest real quick. Catch your breath real fast, okay? And then we're going to do some sit up press, right? This is going to be with, you can do either both dumbbells if you like, or you can do a single dumbbell if you like on this one. You can do both at the same time or a single, right? I'm good either way. Now here, peep. Boom. Boom. Pushing the weight. Boom. Above your head. Bam, bam. Sit up press. Boom, boom. Try to keep your feet on the ground if you can. Try to keep them in a solid single position. Right? Notice we're pressing the weight to the ceiling, over our head. To the ceiling, over our head. Right? Boom, boom. Not pressing it out. That'd be something different. Not pressing it forward, pressing it up. Boom, boom. 40 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Back to rest. We're going to hit it again. Boom. Just these two, guys. We're just doing these two. Again, this is kind of like old school kickboxing, boxing workout, right? You get a good warm up, you hit the bag hard with a phenomenal workout, but you finish with a core workout. Make sure you get a great calorie burn, but also you fill the abdomen, because people want to leave a workout knowing that they worked everything but that core in particular. You want that six-pack ab, baby, because summertime's coming right around the corner, right? So let's get it. Boom. Here we go. Boom. Get that hip raise. Drive that hip as high as you can, right? Imagine your feet like you're trying to touch the ceiling with the ball of your feet. Boom. Boom. Yes. Boom. Keep those legs mostly straight. A little bend in the knee is okay. Matter of fact, that's natural. You keep them as straight as possible. Boom. Using the weights as simply an anchor, right? So your body doesn't like move or swirl or go up and down as you're doing the leg raise, right? Something to keep you in a solid position. Boom. End of that. 15 seconds. Catch your breath. All right, we're going back to back. Motion, right? This will be in the sagittal plane, right? This will be the same motion, but one's for the lower abdomen, the other one's from the upper abdomen, right? That's the main idea. That's the idea behind these two workouts being together. Lower abdomen, upper abdomen, right? If you can imagine rectus abdominis, six-pack abs, if you can imagine almost like splitting it directly in half horizontally. The first workout, leg raise for the lower half. Second workout, it's speaking very fundamentally, right? Second workout for the upper half. Boom. Sit up press. Boom. Right? This is round 2, by the way. We're just completing. Boom. Right? That's the end of that. Thank you for training with Thryve. Big shout out to you for completing this couples kickboxing and dumbbell workout. It was not easy. For more awesomeness, follow me on the YouTubes at Jeremy_Thrives and Jeremy D. Murphy on all social media channels. By the way, big shout out to my baby Teresa, my girl, assisting me on this phenomenal workout here. Give a shout out to my girl. You know what's up. And also, coming soon, Thryve Kickboxing Academy. Keep your eyes open for it. See you on the next one. Peace.